If somebody gave me $4 million and said you had to buy one car, what would you buy? I'd pick this 2021 Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport. This thing is a beast, it's a collector, and this is a great spec car.
Imagine spending $6 million on a hypercar only for the people who built it to quietly erase it from existence. That's where Matt Armstrong found himself, not in a courtroom, but in a corporate crossfire with Bugatti. This isn't just a car story, it's about control, ownership, and who really decides the fate of your machine. Would you still feel like it's yours if the manufacturer could shut it down overnight? The $6 million crash. If you think a fender bender is expensive on your Toyota, wait until you see what it does to a 1 of 60 per sport. It all started in October 2025 under the bright, almost unreal glow of Miami. A moment that should have been just another luxury car sighting turned into something much heavier. A rare Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport owned by FX ALXG ended up wrecked. Not scratched, not dented, but broken in a way that made even seasoned car people go quiet. This wasn't just any hypercar. We are talking about a machine worth around $6 million, one of only 60 ever made, built with precision that borders on obsession, engineered to handle speeds most roads will never allow. And yet, in a matter of seconds, it became a financial and mechanical nightmare. The crash itself was not some dramatic high-speed explosion. That is what makes it more unsettling. It was routine. The kind of incident that happens every day around the world. But when it happens to something like a Bugatti Chiron, the rules change completely. Every panel, every sensor, every hidden component becomes a question mark. Here is where things take a sharp turn. The moment insurance stepped in, the car was already finished on paper. According to reports, the damage was enough for insurers to immediately declare it a total loss. And that decision is not emotional, it is mathematical. Modern hypercars are packed with complex electronics, structural carbon fiber, and proprietary systems that cannot just be repaired by any shop. Once critical components are compromised, the cost of restoring it to factory standards can go beyond the car's value. At that point, insurance companies do not see a project. They see a liability. So the verdict came quickly. Written off. Done. A $6 million machine reduced to parts, value, and paperwork. But here is where the story refuses to end. Because while the insurance world closed the file, someone else saw something completely different. Matt Armstrong looked at that same wreck and didn't see a dead car. He saw a challenge. The kind of challenge that built his entire reputation. Taking cars everyone else had given up on and bringing them back to life. And if you have followed his work, you already know how this usually goes. Bent frames become straight again, flooded engines roar back to life. Cars that should never drive again somehow return to the road. So when he looked at this Chiron, his mindset was simple: it can be fixed. But this was not just another rebuild. This was stepping into a world where the rules are written by the manufacturer, not the mechanic. A world where access to parts, software, and approval decides whether a car lives or stays buried in paperwork. So do you really think any car is truly unfixable? Or is that just what insurance companies say when the numbers stop making sense? And if you had $6 million on the line, would you trust a skilled rebuilder working from a garage? Or the same company that just walked away from the car? Because what Matt Armstrong thought he bought was a project. What he actually bought was something far more dangerous. Matt thought he was rebuilding a car, but he had just stepped into a silent battle.